Man. What a day.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, sure.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, but I died when I didn't do what they told me. But I'm curious.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
I also forgot what number I was looking for to check. That room doesn't have a desk. How would they do any work in there? Madness.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Alright, listen,
Stanley
voice in my head. You don't have to be a prick, alright?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
That doesn't look like a place I want to be. I'm absolutely not going that way. That looks terrifying.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
You asked me to go in a definitely, like, murderous hole. Okay. I ain't going in a murder hole. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. This will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the car. How the fuck you gonna... How are you gonna sack me?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who, Mariella?
Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I don't know who you're talking about. I'm also lost. Hello? Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay, I don't actually know how. Is there a use button? There is. Four, 2, 7.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
It is me, my love.
Waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh,
why?
Come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
What?
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something.
That I'm unlovable?
Let me show you what's really going on here.
No!
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Uh-oh. Fine. I wanted to come in anyway.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh no. It's happened again.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh no. I'm trying to push other buttons and it's not working.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Oh no.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
My wife's not unattractive.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Great.
And so he began to fantasize about his own
My
job.
wait.
First,
Oh, no,
he
my
imagined that
TV.
one day
No,
while at
what?
work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished.
I'm not
off the face
crazy.
of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
I don't like this.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
I thought you said I did have a
Down
wife.
one
Is this
path lay an
the wife
enormous
you were talking
round
about? That's so
room
nasty.
with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
A game
And
with
he
a
called
baby?
it the Stanley Parable.
Oh, no.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again.
I don't know what you're talking
wishing beyond
about.
hope that it would never end, that he might
All I've done is
always
fly.
feel this free.
Fly and die.
Surely
That's
there's
all
an
that's
answer
happened to
down some
me.
new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I love you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. He
Wow.
won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I feel like this is really unfair because if I don't do it, then I'm doing what you want and I hate you. And if I do it, you're right. I also don't think I have a choice.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules to convey all this to him.
You laughed at me for being unlovable. Like, we are different people.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And
Please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.